Bring it back closer home now to North Carolina and the governor's race between Republican Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson and Democratic Attorney General Josh Stein. CBS News projecting around 8:30 tonight that Josh Stein will be our state's next governor. Stein leading Robinson with 77% of the vote in now 55-40, a resounding victory for Attorney General Josh Stein. Take a look in Raleigh earlier tonight. The current governor, Roy Cooper, introducing Stein to a crowd of supporters just before 9:30 tonight. The current Attorney General will take over for Governor Cooper, also a former Attorney General of North Carolina.
Tonight, the people of North Carolina resoundingly embraced a vision that's optimistic, forward-looking, and welcoming. A vision that's about creating opportunity for every North Carolinian. That's who we are as North Carolinians.
As for Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson, he took the stage in Raleigh to address supporters there just after 9 o'clock tonight. Robinson telling the crowd he's disappointed not for him, but more disappointed for all those who supported him along the way.
But it was not to be, it appears. But I can tell you this, we're not going to stop here, folks. No. We don't stop here. We've got a lot of work still to do as Lieutenant Governor. We've got a lot of work to do in Western North Carolina to continue to help those folks to get back to full normal. We've got a lot of work still to do in the sphere of education in these last 2 months.
Now here at the WNCT-9 election desk, we are tracking one of the most competitive congressional races in the country, and it's right here in eastern North Carolina. Incumbent Democrat Don Davis is seeking re-election. He's held that District 1 seat for the past 2 years now. Republican challenger Lori Buckout is hoping to change that tonight. Let's take a look now at some of those numbers. Don Davis looks like he is beating Lori Buckout 50% to 48%. Right now, we do have 97% of those precincts in, so definitely a close one that we will keep our eye on as this one continues to go final. Now let's check in with 9 on your side's Olivia Wolfson, who is live from Don Davis's watch party at the Greene County Community Center. Olivia, how are things there tonight?
That's right, Aaron. We are still waiting for the congressman to arrive, and as you can see behind me, we're in a room full of his supporters. They are all anxiously waiting to see if he's going to be making an acceptance speech tonight. Now, for voters here, some of those top issues this year are ones echoed across the country. Things like the economy, immigration. This is a very rural community, so things like agriculture are also at top of mind. Now, Davis has been campaigning on the fact that he will be able to fix those things and make them better for us. Live in Snow Hill, I'm Olivia Wolfson, 9 on your side.
All right, Olivia, thank you. Now let's head over to our Jackson Saylor, who is live for the Buckout campaign in Rocky Mount tonight. Jackson, how are things there?
Well, Aaron, what started out as an electric scene has turned into a room with very few supporters still remaining. But don't get it twisted. The electricity may just be coming. We can tell you about 10-15 minutes ago, this race looked like it was, turning towards being over. Don Davis was up by about 5 percentage points, 15,000 votes. All of a sudden, Currituck County, those votes come in, and it is now separate. There's a separation of less than 7,000 votes between Don Davis and Lori Buckout. Don Davis is up. We can tell you that in counties like Wayne and Greene County, the races have been tight there. Wayne County, Don Davis won by 22 votes. And in Greene County, Davis won by 103 votes. So it is a very, very tight race, and that trend is continuing. We are only waiting on Perquimans County. There is no word on a speech from Buckout at this point. She told us earlier today she feels very confident. She's calm, cool, collected, and feels that she'll get a favorable result tonight. But we'll continue to keep you updated as those votes for Perquimans County come in. Live in Rocky Mount, Jackson Saylor, 9 on your side.
Jackson, thank you. Now let's take a look at the results of the race of the North Carolina's 3rd congressional district. The incumbent Republican Greg Murphy wins easily over Libertarian candidate George Kormos. Representative Murphy was first elected to Congress back in 2019. Murphy tells us he is excited to represent eastern North Carolina for another term.
I think it's important that we continue the work, or I continue the work that I'm trying to do in Washington, D.C., really on behalf of the people of Eastern North Carolina and the 3rd District. Winning again is important, and I think there's a lot of work still to be done, especially on some of the committees, Ways and Means, Veterans Affairs, that we have look forward to in the next Congress.
So far, Murphy is winning this one by about 141,000 votes. Murphy says he will focus next term on a strong economy and building stronger businesses.
Let's get back now to the race for the White House. Donald Trump here in North Carolina leading by 141,000 plus votes. 86% of our state's precincts reporting Donald Trump may be well on his way to winning North Carolina for a 3rd straight election. We're tracking that race and more at 2 local watch parties. Now to your sides, Gabby Sartori is at a Democrat watch party hosted by State Senator Candy Smith. So Gabby, how is the mood there?
We're here at the Cherry May Blossom Event Center in Pitt County. Obviously, the watch party is here rooting hard for Candy Smith, but the Pitt County Democratic Party is also rooting hard for the other Democratic candidates, not only across the state, but also across the country. The Pitt County Democratic Party has been following Kamala Harris and Tim Walz updates throughout the night, as well as keeping an eye on Josh Stein's race. Tonight here at the watch party, members I spoke with are well aware of how historic any results from tonight will be.
It's going to be a groundbreaking historical event. I hope that my candidate wins, and I think that if so, obviously we will make history. And I just think it's so important that we exercise our rights, that people who came before us worked so hard to make sure we could vote.
And of course, a ton of excitement, not only when Candy Smith first walked into her own watch party, but of course with Josh Stein just winning the governor race. We're going to continue to keep you updated this evening with all the election race numbers and of course those wins as well. In Pitt County, I'm Gabby Sartori, 9 on your side.
All right, let's head elsewhere in Pitt County now. Let's check in with 9 on your side's Davis. He's live at a Republican watch party in Greenville. Davis, what is the atmosphere like there right now?
That's right, Ken. We're at the Pitt County GOP headquarters here in Greenville, where the atmosphere has been positive all night long. They got the TV on inside, and they're watching the results of the states come in as they do, and there's a lot of good results here so far for the Republicans. The focus is on the presidential race, of course, but they're also keeping an eye on some local races like Rochelle Brown taking home the win for Pitt County Board of Commissioners. They're also emphasizing that they want everyone's votes to count today, despite some of the issues with a few voting machines in North Carolina and around the country. They say they want everyone's vote to count and everyone working together regardless of election results so that the country is able to move forward.
We want everyone to vote, just like North Carolina has actually extended a couple of counties because they had shutdowns on their machines. I truly believe that, once we get together and work together, that's the thing. We need to work together for the betterment of the United States of America. And that's what I hope President Trump will do, and that's what I look forward to doing.
GOP Chair Gary Weaver would go on to mention that he looks forward to the effect after the results today in the economy nationwide and here in Pitt County. But overall, the atmosphere has been positive all night long, and they're going to be optimistic for the rest of the results as they come in later tonight. And we'll keep you updated here on WNCT. But for now, live in Greenville, I'm Davis Supis, 9 on your side.
All right, Davis, thanks.